I guess it's just an interest in social justice.
I just want to make our community and our society equal and respectful for the generations to come.
If we can make a difference.
In Fiji, 2 out of 3 women experience violence, physical and sexual, over their lifetime. One of the more frightening figures for me is that 43% of the women believe their husbands have a right to beat them, and so there's a big need for attitude change.
We are here to share knowledge and experiences on the work we're doing back home to end violence against women.
We've been having guests from different agencies in Melbourne coming to talk to us.
The UN Women's intention was to create an opportunity for representatives of government organisations and community groups to come to Victoria.
Because we are a lead state in family violence, and that's the reason for that is not only government but it's also policing.
Violence against women is a critical issue and it's everyone's responsibility. Whilst we have a response from law enforcement and a whole of government response, but it really is a significant social issue. One of the things we do want to say is, particularly men, this is a men's issue, and that's most important. We'd like to see more men stand up to the plate and say this is unacceptable to treat women and children inappropriately and with violence.
When I first started, that behind closed doors was a really strong theme around family violence. We didn't talk about it, it wasn't presented, neighbours didn't do anything about it, police didn't do anything. Now it's all over the newspapers, everyone's active in it, whether it's the police, the community, welfare services, everyone's playing a role in stopping violence in our community. Men know how to behave, men know what's right from wrong, and I guess our work in particular is about getting men to think about that.
Michael, the 2 gentlemen, oh, I love their presentation. You're so concentrating on the women's issue, you forgot the root cause of all this.
We're dealing with men, changing behavior.
If we have that person as the advocator, so much the better. A changed person, because we all learn from our mistakes. So that was what I really like about their presentation today.
Today we are going to agencies, see how these agencies are doing their work in relation to family violence.
I'd like to find out how they're lobbying with the government. I'm hoping to learn about how they interact with each other.
In about 2007-2008 there were huge reforms in Victoria around the changes to the family violence laws. So we're now governed by the Family Violence Protection Act of 2008, and with that brought substantial changes to the way that Victoria Police and services respond to family violence. And one of those was giving police a lot more power to respond to men who use violence.
A large part of our work comes from police referrals, where police who've attended an incident of family violence will send through a referral to us, and we then make every attempt to speak to women.
I was so much impressed by the way how they, especially in responding by calls, phone, and how they do the risk assessments and how they provide shelter on the spot. And I think that's something I have to take back home.
We've been really privileged to hear each of the women's story and a bit of their journey this morning, and I'm absolutely blown away by their bravery and by their courage and leadership, by their imagination.
I've learned so many things today. Yeah, it's amazing how these services are run to cater for women and children. At home, there's nothing like this.
My observations, and I think what's left in me if I think of this week in terms of individual participants, is how much courage is required to take up the roles many of them hold.
I guess the depth of commitment and passion that they have is really great.
Now I can see for real the challenges that the grantees face, and I could see that there's much more work going on than what they can put down on paper.